Good morning. It's lovely to see you. Sitting inside on a, sort of dank and darkish, nearly midwinter morning. Come on, the solstice isn't far away. So it's nearly the turning point of the year. And, winter is coming, not quite here. And so we're inside with the rocks, and that is never a bad thing, is it? I have no problem with rocks. We have Rainbow Jasper here. Good morning, good morning. I can see you hopping on. Hi, Arlan. Beautiful to see you. Nora, good morning. Linda, good morning. Good morning, good morning, beautiful beings. So, and I don't think I need to say any more. Heather, good morning, lovely. It's beautiful to see you. And it's lovely to see this. This is Rainbow Jasper, and you can see it's got a lot of colours in it. Green at the bottom and red, obviously, but it's got these yellow dots on it too. Can I see that? Yeah, there's a yellow dot right there. So it's quite colourful. And bits of white. And there's, the yellow's more obvious here. It's a really dark day, so I have to catch the light just right for you to see these things and enjoy them. And there's the bottom. So every angle of this lovely thing has something beautiful in it. And this definitely asked to come on today. This is a big old lump of unpolished aventurine, and it's beautiful. And when we used to run a meditation group here, this one got called the White Witch. Because it's kind of like, I don't know how to say this, the image in my head is of this very powerful, not really a witch, don't know, it was just a name that rhymed, but this very powerful feminine energy, which is pretty much, don't mess with me. And that's how the rock always felt to us. It still does. But there it is. And those of you who've been with me for a while will recognise this. This is a lovely friend. Emily, good morning. So fond of this one. Smoky quartz, clearly, right? Because it fits in my hand. It's just beautiful size and shape to hold. And you can see that. This is where it was cut. This is part of a really big cluster. And the cluster broke in transit. It was huge. And, lucky for me because I got this piece for a really amazing price from my dear friend Jenny, who imports and wholesales amazing stones. It is lovely to be together. It's always lovely to be together. Even when I feel a bit weird, as I do this morning, I will admit I feel strange this morning. It's probably because I'm changing so much. And I got a funny taste in my mouth, so I think my body's shifting. And sometimes when you have a funny taste in your mouth, your body's detoxifying and you can feel a bit weird. So here it is, this sparkly, beautiful, itchy nose, smoky quartz. I love that it kind of looks like, ice inside. It's a little bit like ice quartz, as well as being just beautiful and smoky. And it's got all this stuff growing at the bottom, which I adore. The whole thing's lovely. Good morning, Kim. Well, teacup-sized clusters are kind of nice, Linda, because they're not heavy. That thing is, it's all right. It's fairly easy to hold. But, hand-sized is great too. So today, again, I always, on a Monday, I always think, what were we talking about last week that made me want to talk about whatever we're talking about today? And I admit I cannot remember because, since Friday, on Saturday I lived a life, and on Sunday I lived a life, and today I'm living another life because I'm feeling so much internal change and shift right now that it's like, last week? I know I lived it, but it was somebody else. So this is really what I'm doing though. Oh, look, the weird taste is just is usually means the body's detoxifying, Linda, in some way or other. Or there's a bacterial overgrowth in your mouth. Barbara, it's lovely to see you. That's about all I know about it. I'm going to take this off because I've got so many clothes on. I cannot have a hat. So really what I want to talk about is the fact that every single thing, situation, healing, whatever it is that we desire, actually has a resonance. It has a frequency, just like these rocks, This one gives you a certain feeling. When you look at it, when you interact with it, even at a distance, it's got a resonance. You see that it's regular and smooth. It's got colours. We have a response to that. You look at this one, you have a different response. Can't you just feel that? It's a different thing. And we have a response to everything. We have a reaction, whatever. Because you see this, and you see that it's green, and you see that it's a particular green, and that green in your brain, whether you're conscious of it or not, fires up a whole lot of associated networks in your brain that are related to that colour green, and whether you know what aventurine is or not, and whether you've got another piece yourself and what shape it is, and what that texture reminds you of, and what the shape reminds you of. The brain is like this. Its job is to make sense between your external world and your internal world, and it does this by associating things. So everything around us that we know, we have all these neural networks that fire up when, there's something associated. Like my hat, what does it remind you of? For some people, it reminds you of the fact that you like knitting. For some people, maybe it reminds you that you hate knitting. For others, the colours make you think of autumn leaves or some favourite piece of clothing that you wore 20 years ago. This is how the brain works. And every single one of those neural nets, when it fires up, of course, has associated chemistry, and it has an impact on you in real time, right? That's just how our brains work. And if you think about your life as it is right now, and hello everybody, I can't always see who you are. Facebook doesn't always tell me, but it's lovely to have you joining us, so thank you. So everything that we desire also has a resonance. It also has a frequency, and more particularly, we have a reaction and or a response to it. So if you now start to play with, hi Janine, sorry, I'm seeing things. It's lovely to see you. If you start imagining something that you desire in your life, notice the change that happens in your body, because you immediately have a reaction to your imagining. Now, for some people, you imagine going on a lovely holiday and you've already planned it and you've already paid for it, so you feel really certain and you're looking forward to going, and maybe you're thinking how much you've got to get done before you need to go, right? But that's your reaction. Those are all the neural nets that fire up in your brain in response to the fact that you have a holiday planned and paid for. Now, admittedly, lots of people aren't doing that right now, but you get the idea. You have this example. You have this reaction to, this is my plan, this is my future that I know and recognize, and these are all the different feelings and thoughts and anticipations that I have about it, and the memories that I have of my last holiday, which was so good that I decided to do most of the same stuff again, but in a different place. All of that stuff is going on when you think of my holiday. Now, if the thing that you desire to create in your life or to have in your life maybe is a physical healing, for a lot of people, me included, I'm changing it now. That's part of the reason why I'm feeling so much in flux, and it's good. But for many of us, we look at something like a physical thing that we want to change in our bodies, and because of, again, what we know, what we've experienced, how long it's been there, what other people keep saying, oh, you poor thing, or can I help, or whatever. And all of those neural nets about everything you know about your condition and everything you believe is possible about your condition, that also fires up a resonance, a frequency, a state of being. And it's automatic and it's autonomic, and boom, there it is. Hi, Carmelina. As soon as you think about, I want to create a healing, all of that stuff is there, right? Can't help it. That's just the way the brain works. And the thing is that all the stuff that's there, your memories and your, oh God, this is hard, or this hurts, or it's limiting, or whatever it is, that's not the reaction, the response, the feeling, the experience, the crystal, if you like, the frequency that goes with that future that you want, right? There's a gap between what you really feel and experience about this is my body now, and if your body is not like that, if your body is healed or whatever, different, how you would be feeling and thinking, and the memories and the future anticipations and the current experience that would be you in this experience. And there's a gap, right? But the point I'm trying to make is that this is a particular distinct frequency. It's a particular distinct vibe, resonance, state of being, different things that you think and feel and do. And it's quite different from over here, you know. Same thing if you want to have somebody to love in your life, or you want meaningful work, and all the usual things that we say people want, whatever it is. And it could just be, like you said, Linda, finding the perfect yarn. It could be something really apparently small or something really apparently big. It's all the same. From where you are now to where you want to be, there's a gap, right? And the point I want to make today is that we are used to thinking I've got to, and let's use that example of finding a perfect yarn. And assume for a moment that you can just go walk into a shop. You have an idea of a garment you want to create. So you go walk, and maybe there's 2 or 3 shops and where you're shopping. This was me when I was small. I used to be big into sewing, and there were 2 or 3 places where you could buy fabric. And this was in the days when, I would go go to each shop, and I'd suss them all out, and I'd be trying to work it out. And I would finally, you'd have to trot around. There was no shopping on the internet in those days when I was that young. And you sort of get clear, and you think, okay, it's that one. And then it's this one, and I'm going to take this home, and I'm going to make it into this piece of clothing, and that's fine and dandy. And you sort of assemble it because you've gone through the process of looking at all the choices and saying, well, I have this much money, and it costs that much, and I need that much. Okay, I can have that, right? That's the normal process that we're accustomed to using to go from A to B. It takes time. And the 3-dimensional thing that you're designing has to be there, and you have to be able to see a way to get yourself from where you are to where you want to be with it. But what I have been learning to do is quite different. That's 3-dimensional creation. 5th-dimensional creation, which is where you get beyond the environment, your body, and time. And time is the 4th dimension. This is where you get into the unified field, where you create quantumly. And this is not woo-woo spiritual stuff. It's science, which is why I really love it, because I'm not big into woo-woo spiritual stuff anymore. I used to, it's like I want things that I can actually understand and know how they work. And it's just me. Nothing wrong with woo-woo spiritual stuff. It's just I like things that I can actually use and that are repeatable, and I understand the process. So the process with what I am learning to do is that I have to become that in order to get there. I have to kind of put myself there ahead of time, out of time, regardless of the fact that my body is not like that and my life is not like that. I have to somehow tune into that potential because I know that it's there. In the unified field, remember we've been practicing opening our focus? When you get really good at opening your focus, you start to connect to the unified field. And the unified field, thank you, Joe, for teaching me this definition, Joe Dispenza, in case anybody doesn't know which Joe I'm talking about. The unified field is an invisible field of information and frequency that exists beyond this space and time. And it's got all infinite possibilities in it. There is no possibility that you could desire in your life that does not exist there. All possibilities exist in the unified field. But to go there, to access all of that stuff, you have to first know what it is you want to access. That's a clear intention. And then you got to get beyond your body, your mind, your environment, time, everything, And you just got to become that frequency and hold that space and practice it independent of your body, your environment and time. And you become a vibrational match, and then that potential can find you. That is how it works. And it is how it works. I didn't say that was easy because, of course, you're very attached to who you've been. And we're also very attached to, but I want to go to the shop and look at the options and look at how much money's in my pocket and say, well, I can afford this and I'll have this. We are used to doing it that way. But what I wanted to talk about today, what I wanted to practice today, because practical spirituality is a revelation. You're so right, Linda. Sanjia, lovely to see you. Is the other way around. Because every possible potential future that you and I can desire has a frequency. And what I've been learning to do is to tune in to that frequency. But to tune into that frequency, you have to open your focus. You can't do it all focused on your problems and the things that you can't work out and with your brain all busy and you can't do it feeling like a victim or feeling scared or feeling frustrated or feeling whatever. You can't do it doing it like that. It's not possible. Because if you're frustrated or fearful or angry or, tra-la-la-la-la, if you're feeling like crap, that is the frequency that you are broadcasting to the universe instant by instant and to your body, never mind that. And that is all that is able to arrive. The universe has to endorse who I'm being. It has no choice in the matter. It's like, oh shit, really? So that thing in your life that you want to desire, just take a moment to have a thought about a potential, a thing that you would love to have land, right? And as soon as you do that, forget about how. This took me a long time to really wrap my head around. You've got to forget about how. It's like you can't say, I'm going to walk into the shops and compare all the options and see how much. Forget about how. You don't know how, and it's actually not your job to know how. Like I say, it took me a long time to work that out. So if you struggle with this, it's okay. But just for the moment, put the how on one side. Whatever that thing is, that situation, that, experience, whatever that potential is, how will you feel when it's come? How will you feel when you're living it? Just pick one or two of those feelings. And even if the feeling is unknown to you, you must be able to work it out. And remember, gratitude's always great. Oh my God, I got something. I'm so grateful. Wow, the thing that I really wanted has arrived and I'm so grateful. Gratitude is great. If nothing else, just go for gratitude. So pick a couple of feelings and and we're doing this very, very quickly, right? This is a lot easier with more time, but I got to throw something at you so you can play with it. Pick some feelings and pick one or two things that you would be doing or not doing, or a person you'd be with, or something, that you would experience in 3 dimensions differently. What would change in your life? Just grab that and grab a couple of feelings, right? Now and just sort of, encapsulate that. And there's something, maybe you've got a picture already in your mind, all right? Just take that little snapshot. Okay, hold that thought. Now come into your heart. Put your awareness, at the middle of your chest, behind your breastbone, this much inside your body. Good, I can feel you doing that. Put your awareness inside the center of your chest. And breathe in and out of your chest. Breathe in and out of your heart. And allow yourself to lengthen your breath. So as you're breathing in, you're just letting air flow in. And as you breathe out, you're allowing yourself to let go. Relax. Give it up. And let your awareness go as your breath goes out from your heart. Let your awareness go out from your heart so that it's going into the space around you. We're doing the cheats open focus. But hey, what's wrong with cheating? As you breathe in, be aware of those limitless potentials around you. And as you breathe out, let your awareness go out with your breath in all directions around you. Just play with it gently, easily. And remember that the best directions, the one where there's the most unknown, where there's the most potential, is the places you can't see. So let the awareness go, you can see in front of you. Okay, breathe in out in front of your heart. But how about out the sides of you? And how about behind you as you breathe in and out? And how about way above you and way below you, so that you're breathing in and out in all directions? And it just feels so delicious, because I was doing it this morning and I've got this really well fired and wired, so it's most of the time pretty easy for me to go into an open focus, particularly because I'm always really coherent in the morning, so I'll just be meditating. Okay. So open your awareness out and breathe in and out and let your body soften. And this picture with that feeling and this thing that you would experience differently, you let it rest in your heart, right? It gives you a feeling, it gives you a sense of stuff. And now, here's the thing. As you breathe out and you let your awareness go around you, you know this feeling that you've got in here just a little bit? Can you have the thought that that feeling also exists in the limitless, infinite space that's around you? And that if you just say, this please, this channel, this broadcast, this frequency, that it's going to come to you from all around you. So you're tuning into that frequency all around you. It's inside you as well. It's within you as well as all around you, because you put it in your heart, right? So you're making a connection between this feeling and this vision and I'm going to feel grateful, and I'm going to do this differently, and my life is going to be different, and it's going to feel really good, and I'm just so grateful. And that's a frequency, and you're saying, okay, I'm tuning into this all around me, within me and all around me. I'm tuning into the energy of this future. And you let it grow and you let it flow to you from all around you, because it's within you as well. And you change your state because you change your attention. You put your attention on this and you let it be all around you, and you let it be inside you. And the feeling grows, and the picture, every time you imagine the picture, you imagine what you're going to be doing differently, you're making new connections in your brain. You're having a different experience and you're feeling different, which means you're pouring different chemistry. Do you understand? This is how it works. This is how it works. You're tuning into that potential. Keep your awareness on that potential. Now your brain, because we've done this so fast, is going to say, but that's impossible. You can't do this. You'll never change. It's not going to happen. You're stupid. Are you insane? This will never happen. And that's okay. Just keep putting your attention back on that frequency, which is all around you and within you. Keep paying attention to that. The chatter is there. That's fine. That's because we've done this in 2 minutes. But that's a little taste of what you can do. And I can see our time is up. So play with that. Practice it. Explore it. You see, you know, it's great to take the time to do it really well and deeply, and wow, I love it. But you can do it fast too. You can tune into the frequency of the life you desire. That's how you do it. Big love. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.